Hi guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Crazee Podcast, where we deep dive into the incredible journeys of individuals who have conquered exams like UPSC, CDS, NDA, CAT, JEE, NEET, and many more. Well, guess what? Today we are privileged to have Colonel Amardeep Singh. He is the director of the Winning Age, an army veteran, author, and a TEDx speaker. With 25 years of distinguished service in the Indian Army, he is a true inspiration. He is deeply committed to mentoring the future Army officers. His exceptional career has been recognized with prestigious accolades like the UN Force Commanders Appreciation, the Sena Medal for Distinguished Services, and the Scholar Warrior Badge for his research and training. Namaste, sir. Welcome to the Crazy Podcast. We are super excited to hear your insights. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. So, sir, before diving your incredible journey, we would like to know a bit about your educational journey and what inspired you to join NDA back in 1989.
To keep things simple, I belong to Dehradun and I am a product of Kendriya Vidyalaya. I studied in same school from class first to class 12, and I was a very good student. And in our times, there used to be hardly any distractions. That is one thing which kept us focused. And being in Dehradun, you are living or you are living in an army cantonment. We could see the gentlemen cadets of IMA roaming around in the market on Sundays, and that was really inspiring. And I was my younger days were spent in a cantonment area, so there were soldiers all around. There were vehicles and there were weapons, and also a soldier, a uniform. Any day, even still, it inspires young minds. So that was the inspiration. So being in Dehradun and not being inspired by the army. A lot of people ask me why didn't you join Air Force? I said there's no Air Force component in Dehradun. There's no naval this thing. There's one naval hydrographic office. That's it. But its army is all around, and army is the predominant amongst the three services. So that was the natural inclination. And the only problem is that when we were in school, the career options were very limited. Either you could become engineer, doctor, or join the forces. There were just three options: civil services. In a place like Dehradun, we were a very small city, small township, and it was a retired officers heaven. So there are a lot of learned people there, but the kind of career guidance that one looks at, it was not there. So one had to actually look at newspapers, Rozgar Samachar, and some magazines for information. Right now, the information is available at the click of a button. So things were difficult, but then we had focus. Our entire spare time was either spent in playing games or reading. So these were the two hobbies that I carried, and I think these made all the difference.
It's fascinating, sir. As far as I
Yeah,
got to know, like your ambience was stimulating towards this journey, I think. So, sir, like ND exam is very rigorous and
yeah.
it's known for its rigorous process. And whenever we prepare for any exam, तो ऐसा नहीं है कोई difficulties नहीं आती, challenges हर किसी को आते हैं. So, what were the key challenges you faced while you were preparing for the ND exams and how you tackled them?
See, I appeared for NDA after class 11. Um, we were permitted to appear for NDA after class 11, and I did not clear the exam. I was a very good shattered. I was broken. That is what I tell the students when I talk to them, university students, college students, school children, that we give up too early. And I was right now. I may be whatever, but I was a very absolutely a normal average human being with my fears and my strong likes and dislikes, and I was scared of failure, so I didn't appear for NDA. And my father filled the last NDA form. I appeared for first attempt and last attempt, so I joined NDA in the last attempt. Last 12th, I took a break of 1 year. I went to college for 40 days and realized that college is not going to uh, guide us towards a career. And there were six, seven of us who decided to prepare for engineering. So NDA failure had come as such a shock that I could not digest it. So it is the preparation for IIT that helped me crack NDA, and I scored as high as 90% marks in mathematics. And you'll be surprised that out of 600, I could score just 232 because we didn't know other subjects have to be studied. So English and maths, I think, took me to NDA. And NDA, yes, certainly it is difficult. The problem is that what the science students are not studying, they are not studying humanities. Humanities students are not studying science. So right now, when I run my own coaching institute and own mentoring academy, I tell students that if you are serious about joining NDA or defense forces, please offer science stream. Not that Army accepts in NDA people for other streams also, but Air Force and Navy, you have to be physics and maths at least till 10 plus 2 level. So that is the kind of thing. And NDA, as you see, entire NDA is mathematics based. Reason is 300 marks are up for grabs. That people take mathematics too lightly. Only thing that has changed is when we appeared for NDA, the level of mathematics was 11th class, 10th, 11th, and some portion of 12th. Right now, it is predominantly 11th and 12th, and NDA paper has become, maths paper has become difficult, complicated. And I now recommend to students that if you want to crack NDA, prepare for engineering. You will crack NDA without any effort. That is how things are. NDA selection is not just the clearing the written exam. NDA is a lot more. And I have seen very, very brilliant students who have cleared NDA 4 times, CDS 4 5 times. Not they are being screened out from SSB. So I think the generation today who is academically very well aware, like you people are our version of 2.0. If I say information, you have 5 times the information that we have. You have 1.5 to 2 times the IQ that we can ever boast of. But the problem is, are we focused? Are we able to decide for ourselves? So those things. So every generation has their own set of problems. We did not have information. We don't not, did not have guidance. You have all the information, all the guidance. You don't have the focus. And I see graduates and postgraduates. They are still struggling and they have not decided what do I want to do in life.
Exactly. So we
So
have distractions.
SSB, I think, is the bigger challenge than the written exam for the generation, the youngsters of today. I would recommend. I have written a blog also. I'll share with you SSB
Sure.
tip from a non-SSB expert. Like I'm not a qualified assessor, but I can tell you SSB. If you have to crack, what things you need to do. Have you read a book in the last 6 months? More general answer is no. Have you gone out on a trek with your friends? Have you taken a mobile holiday for 3 days continuously? Have you written a paragraph about whatever you feel about what is happening around the world? We are consuming information. We are not processing it. We are just consuming. Okay, he said this. Israel Hamas war. What I was saying is that the young generation of today, I see people going for coaching, going for written exam preparation. I ask them, I take a lot of motivation classes for institutes in Dehradun, and I ask students to tell me about themselves. They are not able to tell me about themselves in simple, plain English. English is a phobia. Communication skills are a phobia. If I ask them to explain to me global warming and its impact in simple layman's language, they are not able to. We are very happy rattling out whatever's there available on Wikipedia or Google or ABCD sites, but we are somehow not prepared to give our own analysis. I just say global warming is harmful, and humans are the only species that is responsible for global warming because of whatever things we are doing. So that is how the discussion should start. Then they are not capable of debating. The honest debate is missing. Like me and you can discuss things and not get annoyed with each other, not get angry with each other. Here I see people not taking a debate or discussion in a very, very nice manner. So I fail to understand why will a person behave like that. That we cannot discuss various aspects of any topic. Say election process in India, two-party system or multi-party system or regional parties impacting the national elections and formation of government. Can we have a healthy discussion on that? Can we discuss the points without getting passionate and biased towards any particular thing? And that is where people falter in group discussion. Instead of discussing, they start debating. When they are asked to debate and prove their point, then they will start discussing. So communication is one thing. Third thing is, since world has become globalized, informationalized, we are getting confused. Everybody thinks that armed forces or any this thing is just a job and it will give me money. They only look at the brighter side of it. They don't look at the challenges. I was a company commander in Indian Military Academy, and I see faces of graduates and engineers who come as gentlemen cadets there. I see them struggling in everything,
Yes.
maybe mentally and psychologically. They have not prepared for the armed forces. So, the listeners to your channel, I would appeal to them that mentally, physically, psychologically, socially prepare yourself for a military academy's routine. If you're serious about defense as a career, imagine a life without a mobile phone for 3 years when you join NDA. So you'll be on mobile phone during the break. You will be able to sneak in a mobile phone in the academy if you're too smart. But then you see the kind of restriction that the army imposes. I was on Siachen Glacier in 2002. We did not have electricity. My post was inside the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and there was firing day in and day out for 3 months. Every day when we woke up, we did not realize and we did not know whether we will be alive today or not. That kind of living on the edge life, we have to be mentally prepared for. What I see youngsters doing, they are making reels and they are racing bikes and they are doing all kinds of stunts. And I don't see, if you go out, maybe Chandigarh is a nice place. You will have got very good example of road discipline and traffic discipline. But here, everywhere you see, people are not even ready to wear a helmet. They are not even ready to wait at a red light in case no cop is there. They will jump the red light and go. So this kind of indiscipline, this kind of attitude is registered very well and is caught by the assessors in the SSB. So when you think of SSB and preparation, you have to learn to start following the orders and start following the orders. Okay.
तो आदर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क, जब हम प्रिपेयर करते हैं एग्जाम्स के लिए, बेसिकली एनडीए के लिए, तो फिजिकली भी हमें फिट रहना पड़ता है और मेंटली भी उस एग्जाम को प्रिपेयर करना पड़ता है, तो आप उस दोनों चीजों को कैसे बैलेंस कर रहे थे?
My recommendation, very strong recommendation to everybody is, please devote an hour to your body and an hour to your mind. Read newspapers, be aware of what is happening around the world, and morning, oblique evening, whatever time, 1 hour you have to take out for your body. Start with simple walk and jog, simple walk, jog and sprint, and then go for 10 kilometer, 21 kilometer marathon for all I care. In the armed forces, you will need your thigh muscles to be very strong, your leg muscles have to be very strong, and your stomach muscles have to be strong, your arms have to be very strong. These things cannot be built in the gym. Trust me, you have to actually go running, because entire half my life in the armed forces I was running only. So gym mein running on treadmill and running up the hill, chasing the terrorist and all that is not, it's very challenging. हम जब कुपवाड़ा में थे, we were wearing bulletproof jackets with 2 metal plates, each plate weighing 9 kg. So 18 kg weight, 5 kg rifle, some 2-3 kgs of ammunition, grenades, communication equipment. Can you imagine the kind of load that you're carrying on you, and you're climbing from 6,000 feet to 12,000 feet in 6-7 hours, 8 hours? So this is the kind of challenge. Sadly, what I see people doing, they are only कि मैंने डोले बना लिए, मैं जिम गया, I am looking very, and they will wear a short t-shirt. Armed forces don't require bodybuilders. We require men with stamina, men who can take a decision after walking the entire night, after not sleeping the entire night, and morning the engagement will take place. So is in the normal course of preparation, civilian life does not give you this kind of exposure. But what it can give is, you can go out in the field, you can go out on road, you can take a hike in the mountains, and we don't do group activities. A lot of people are group activities means you went for a smoke, you went and had tea, or you went had tea and snack. That is all the group activities that people are doing. Whereas more higher level of group activities are required, like playing games. I don't see youngsters playing football, playing hockey, playing basketball. Some of them do play, but most of them who are aspiring for to become officers in the armed forces or anywhere, I see them only studying and devoting as much as 90% of their time towards their studies. I say have a 70-30 or a 60-40 kind of balance. Your intellectual abilities, academic abilities, psychological conditioning, and physical conditioning are very much important.
एग्जैक्टली सर। सर जैसा आपने बताया, एंड इस चीज़ से मुझे एक क्वेश्चन भी आया कि यू सेड वेरी राइट कि हम लोगों के पास इंफॉर्मेशन इतनी ज़्यादा है एंड हम डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं। सो इसका क्या सोल्यूशन देना चाहेंगे? बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ पीपल आस्क में कि ये क्वेश्चन जरूर पूछना, क्योंकि हम स्टार्ट करते हैं जब प्रिपरेशन, स्टार्टिंग में तो मोटिवेट होते हैं, थोड़े दिन पढ़ लिया, बुक्स लेकर आए, ये नोट्स वो सब, लेकिन कुछ दिन बाद वो जोश ठंडा हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ डिस्ट्रैक्शन। सो उस चीज़ को कैसे मेंटेन कर सकते हैं, मोटिवेशन कैसे रहे बरकरार?
आपने क्या करना है कि first is you have to break your everything into a interesting routine. If you keep studying history all day, you will get bored. Even I'll get bored. You can't watch movies entire day. You can't do holidaying entire day. You have to study in batches. Like I will study three subjects in a day. I will take a break. I will talk to people. I will write something. And when you say distraction, the most dangerous is the digital distraction, and that comes from the initial weakness that I said. It is instant gratification. That I have sent you a message, you have not replied, and I'll keep checking why I have not replied. Somebody will say, I have uploaded a picture, my status has not been seen. I was what I was saying is that we are not able to have a digital distraction. We are not able to avoid the digital distraction. I will use social media only between 1 hour. I think is good enough. Like I go on Twitter. I will go on Twitter after 12:30 at night. I don't do Twitter the entire day. I can keep reading, but I don't interact with people. Circle whom you are interacting with. You just can't keep getting into debates on social media with strangers. I see people commenting on Facebook on every post. How can you write this? How can you write this? I feel this. Your feelings, nobody is bothered. Trust me. But we are too eager to have debates with strangers just to put across a point and thereby end up wasting time, thereby end up feeling bad. We call it social media junk. We call it internet junk. So much of junk we accumulate, and these things start affecting us, and we become negative in life. So you have to have, I call it something as digital or social media hygiene, right? So we are not able to have a digital disconnect from the world, and we want instant gratification. We want the likes, our comments, feedback to be given right away. So to avoid distraction, first is you give yourself 1 day internet free in the week. It is like fasting. पहले लेडीज फास्ट किया करती थी, करवा चौथ रखती हैं, सावन रखती हैं. लेडीज आर मच बेटर इन दिस मैनर. जेंट्स आर दी कल्प्रिट्स. हम लोग कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाते अपने. So my point is, can we have a digital holiday? Can we stay without a mobile phone? I'll give an example from our olden days. If I had to convey something to my parents, I used to write a letter from NDA. Oh. This letter will reach here in 5 days. My mother will reply. That reply will come after 20 days. So between me saying something and my mother replying or my father replying, it was good about a month. And we survived. Nobody died. A lot of people think, yeah, my mobile is battery is dying. What will I do? How will I survive? Arey, sir, please enjoy. Please enjoy that cup of coffee or the book that you're reading. I see people reading book for 2 minutes and then looking at their mobile phones. So what I do when I go for parties, I go for my course mates get together, I leave my phone in the car or at home. So we have to make a conscious effort because you have to move out of your comfort zone if you want to achieve anything in life. The comfort zone, this mobile phone is a comfort zone. Exactly. It is more than a distraction. You think if I feel hungry, I'll do some order on Swiggy or Zomato. I will not move and make a Maggie or a toast for myself in the kitchen. This kind of the addiction we have. If I'm feeling lonely, I'll give a call to my friend and waste his time also. My time is getting wasted. I'll waste his time. So first thing is to avoid distraction is make a list that these are the things I have to do in the day. Do them and then do whatever. I don't say don't stop enjoying. Please enjoy. Like Warren Buffett says that once you get salary, first you save and then you spend. Exactly. What we do is first we spend and then we save. Exactly. And this is what we are doing with the time. We spend a lot of time doing things that we don't need to do and then we start worrying. If you change the philosophy that first, if you have to do three tasks, you have to write to your mother, you have to read a book, and you have to prepare notes for a topic, and you have to go out with friends. There are three things. Now, in the army, we divide everything into must know, should know, and could know. That is must do, should do, and could do. I can or may not go out with my friends because friends kal chale jayenge. Exactly. But we don't do that. And we don't learn to say no. If I ask you a question, okay, Bhupendra, yaar, meri help kar de, and I'm your best friend, you will leave everything and you will rush to me. Whereas you have a competitive exam tomorrow. Whereas somebody is taking a session with you tomorrow. But then, because your loyalties towards your friends are so strong, so the habit of not being able to say no also is a kind of bad habit. You say, like in one of the sessions, I had a session of youngsters. He says, sir, I cannot say no. My friends, when I'm studying, they will come and they say, let's go for a cigarette or let's go for coffee, let's go for a glass of beer. I said, you ask your friends, are they your well-wishers or they want ill of you? He asked them. उन्होंने सबने कहा नहीं, we are your well-wishers. He said, if you are my well-wisher, then leave me alone. Let me study,
Wow.
let me be something. So we have to actually see, other than your parents, nobody is your actual well-wisher. The
Exactly.
best of the friends, after 10 years, you will not have their mobile number. Trust me. You can take it in writing. जिनके लिए अभी आप जान देने के लिए जा रहे हैं, वो अपने अपने रास्ते चले जाएंगे. They will get settled in their lives. They will get married. They will have their children. And when you say, "यार, I am in your town," he says, "यार, I'm very busy. My in-laws are visiting. Let's meet some other time." So, abhi you people are single. So all these attractions, attachments are very strong. But once you get on with your life, all these the intensity of all relations goes down. And what we are doing wrong is to get very close to somebody, we are leaving some things which is lifelong effect. I take lectures in colleges and college students and university students. I say, you invest in yourself for 4 years and you can enjoy the entire life, or you can waste these 4 5 years, formative years, and you can keep struggling. Nobody dies of hunger. India is a land of opportunities. कोई ना कोई काम सबको मिल जाएगा, बट वो काम आपकी लाइकिंग का नहीं होगा. योर बॉस, योर वर्क एनवायरमेंट, योर प्लेस ऑफ दिस थिंग इज विल नॉट नेवर बी टू योर लाइकिंग. Go to any mall. I want to ask everybody that you see how many graduates and even postgraduate people are doing jobs at least 3 4 notches beyond their capability when they had the time. Sir, I am a postgraduate, so you should have become a tutor, you should have become a coach, you should have become a teacher, you should have become a research scholar. But we call it too soon, and call it off too soon. That is the last thing that I want to share with you. That we give up too early. Like I gave you my example. I did not clear NDA exam. I was so depressed. I said I will not appear for NDA. That was the worst mistake. My father came to my rescue and he said, "Nahi, nahi, last attempt, please appear." And I cleared the exam. So sometimes we give up just one notch below the success. And you see what is happening in Kota, what is happening in other places. People are driven to suicides. That kind of serious things have become. So I will tell, and I would like to share, I will turn 54 years in another 6 7 days time. 13th August is my birthday.
Wow. Happy
And
birthday in
54
advance, sir.
years, 54 years, thank you, sir. 54 is a long time. I have seen both sides of table, both sides of life. We have had a very high, intense life where we could have died, we could have taken lives. We have done whatever a soldier is required to do. And now, taking early retirement, having taken early retirement from the army, I am doing business. I had no idea how to do business. So from my retirement money, I put some 20 lakh rupees, and I all COVID mein sara khatam ho gaya. I could not recover even a single penny. But I did not give up. Whatever I learned in life, whatever I learned in the army, I have applied same principles to my business and they are successful. So a lot of people say, sir, I don't have capital. Arey, do content writing, do digital marketing, do social media content generation, develop websites. If you go on Coursera, if you go on Udemy, if you go on YouTube, whole lot of complete courses are free. But people are not looking at their future. They say, I will do this, I will do graduation from this university and get a job. And that job, TCS is offering 6 lakh rupees or 9 lakh rupees is the maximum. Even from IIT, people, average people will not get a package more than 12 to 15 lakhs a year. That is cash in hand is around 70K or 80K. Clear? So
Exactly.
we think of immediate things. Ki I do graduation, I'll appear for this exam. I think of 50 years this thing. Next thing, what we are not able to imbibe in our children, and children are not able to understand this, they have started neglecting their own parents and own elders. Like my children, they say, "You are stone age, you can't teach us anything." I said, "Yeah, I can teach you about life. I can't teach you skills. Skills are, I don't even know. I get stuck with my laptop. I have to call my daughter. Yeah, my mobile is stuck. ये app कैसे करते हैं करते हैं." That is this is the generational gap. But when I say stay focused, that is the lifelong learning that I have.
Exactly, sir.
Do not discredit your parents, your teachers, your elders, and learn from others. Learn from others, and don't get over influenced. The IAS, IPS, army officers, politicians, all these are the social media reels are a very, very tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of struggle. I was walking on the down the road. I saw a lady officer, IPS. She was lying in the back seat of her Bolero. She was coming from some other district, maybe come to Dehradun to attend the DGP's conference, and she was so tired. People will see faces. and they think IPS and IAS are the best, and Dr. Saab is having a this thing. Look at the doctor's life once he is in the hospital. They are smoking, they are under so much of pressure, they have got such big targets to meet. So हम लोग सोचते हैं कि parents are paying tuition fees, coaching fees, parents are funding our graduation, and we will find a job and we'll do that. And job never comes because we are a very, very populous country. Government jobs are limited, everything is limited. So unless you work on yourself, success is not going to be easy. Okay.
Exactly. Very insightful, sir. As time is ticking, wind the clock. And one last question I would like to ask. जब मैंने स्टेटस लगाया था कि मैं पॉडकास्ट करने जा रहा हूँ सर के साथ, तो एक क्वेश्चन जो आया था वो ये था कि ये जो इंस्टाग्राम पे हम वॉल पार्टीज देखते हैं एनडीए के बाद, डज इट रियली हैपन और क्या होता है इसमें, ये
Yeah, yeah.
क्वेश्चन।
So NDA, IMA, these ball parties, there's just one NDA ball at the end of 6th term.
ओके।
After spending 3 years, you get 1 hour or 1.5 hours of NDA ball. That is a controlled parade.
ओ
It is not that free for all. You are going and dancing in a pub. It takes place in the mess. It is your family in uniform. Your all officers, even commandant is there. And ठीक है, army uniform is always charming, but army life is not simple. It is very, very disciplined. So if you want some takeaways from this podcast, first is find self-discipline. You have to start doing things your way. There is a technique called Pomodoro. I
yes, sir.
talk about this technique
I
in
also
my talks. So Pomodoro, please do. Please define yourself that this is where I want to be in 5 years. Not everybody will become a bank manager. Somebody will become photographer. Somebody will become, but be passionate about what you do. You can आजकल internet पे काम करना इतना आसान है. I am the example. I started doing business at 49 years of age. I am 54 years. And my business has crossed 1.5 CR turnover last year.
Wow, great.
All tax paid, everything. Sir, I don't have any skills. I learned video editing. I learned blogging. I learned podcasting. I learned conducting classes on Zoom, on this thing. I learned to manage. I know all about GST, taxation. So, a whole lot of things you keep learning. Second takeaway is do not stop learning. The day you say, I know everything, you're dead. Like I'm a student, even I'm learning from you how to conduct a podcast or how to record a Zoom session and how to conduct an interview. It is learning, not that you are learning from me. I'm also learning from you. Is that clear? So why do we always have to say I know everything? If the day you start doing this. Third is there's a book called Atomic Habits.
Yes.
It says the bigger changes will come in small parts if you start bringing small changes. Like if you are getting up at 7 and you want to get up at 5, don't start getting up at 5 from tomorrow onwards. Tomorrow, get up at 6:45, then 6:30, then 6. Maybe give yourself 3 days, 4 days, and अपने को condition कीजिए. When we go to Siachen, we are conditioned for 1 month at the Siachen base camp. We just don't go and start fighting in Siachen right away. I came from Delhi. I was sent to Siachen base camp. There 3 days you don't do anything. Then 1 month of conditioning, training. Then when I joined my battalion, my post was at 20,000 feet. So I spent 4 days battalion headquarters, next staging area, 4 days, next staging. So we start doing things slowly and gradually, but systematically. Have a plan. People don't have plan. I ask youngsters, what do you want to do? I want to become a stand-up comedian. Fair enough. So क्या कर रहे हो आप उसके लिए? क्या आपका स्क्रिप्ट कहाँ है? आपके contacts कहाँ है? Where is the network? What's your marketing platform? Where is the social media handle? Everything is science. You want to become a content writer? What kind of content will you write? Will you write fiction? Will you write content for websites? Will you write social media posts? There's digital marketing. One company will pay you 10,000 rupees a month. You have 5 companies who are running 50K a month just by working 3 hours from the comfort of your car or laptop or wherever you want to work from. They know youngsters don't want to go to office because offices आजकल के जमाने के लोग समझते नहीं.
Exactly, sir.
I understand office, and now my entire company, there are 14 teachers, regular teachers on my panel. Out of them, 5 I have never met them in life. They are teaching in my institute for last 4 years, 5 years. So we must understand and we must evolve. So second is do not think that this is the end of life. अपना skill पे काम करते रहे. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C रखें. If you are appearing for NDA, नहीं हुए appear for CDS. But CDS के लिए जब graduation कर लेंगे, you can appear for Central Armed Police Forces. You can appear for state police exam. You can appear for banking exam. You can appear for forest service exam. There are 101 exams. 4 ही चीजें पूछते हैं: elementary mathematics, GS, English, and reasoning. If you have mastered 4 subjects, I think 10 exams in a year you can crack. And 28 years or 29 years is the upper age limit for general candidates. जब तक आपकी एज है तब तक गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम देते रहिए. Do not give up. And I see people, sir, I've come to Dehradun, I'm preparing for engineering. I said, दो
Excuse me,
घंटे काम
sir.
करिए ना.
I'm
Yeah.
very, very sorry. Within a 1 minute, it is going to be stopped. Just try to be
Okay.
concise, okay?
Okay.
Because at the end, we won't have time to wind up the session. Although, to be
Not
honest, it's
an
going
issue.
to be
So
end
what
in
I
one
will,
minute. Yes, it's
no
going to be
problem.
end in
We
1 minute.
we can have one more session sometime after
Yes, yes, yes.
next
This
month.
is what I wanted to
Not to
say.
worry. So I wish to convey my best wishes to you, to your entire viewers and listeners. And if you have any query, please, you have my number.
Yes,
You
sir.
can, passive communication can be maintained. So I will request you to send queries on WhatsApp in case I am required to address a small group of people. I am will be very happy to do that.